Welcome back to a little bit of a different video today. As you could see, this is my face. You don't usually see that. And we're not playing Minecraft. We are instead answering the question, what's a statistic? And probably the better question, how much money did I make in a year of doing YouTube with 4,000 subscribers? So I am recording this on January 15th, which, believe it or not, is a day in the month of January. It's 2025 also. Pretty much a year ago, I started posting videos, not specifically twice a week, but I think once a week, and then I switched to twice a week. This video will mostly just be YouTube analytics and my thoughts on them. I don't know a lot about like the algorithm or whatever, but maybe I have some things that are interesting to you, so I guess let's jump right into it. If you've never seen this before, this is the YouTube homepage. If you make a video, you post it here, you'll show up with this dashboard. Just to go through a couple of things, this is your latest video, your main channel analytics, some news, this is kind of garbage, and then your previous published videos, any comments that you have, and then your latest posts and recent activity, whether it's members or subscribers. The thing that most YouTubers are willing to share is probably the latest video performance with 2 out of 10. This basically means, how did your video perform out of the last 10 videos that you've posted? You can see that this one is a 2 out of 10. That kind of makes sense. It's a cool video. It has 2,000 views in, I think, literally almost exactly 2 days. And if you hover over this, you can see the most fancy schmancy videos in the whatever last 10 videos that I posted are. And then the main channel analytics you can probably figure out. I want to first go over views. Let's choose this most recent video as an example. If we head over to analytics, you can see that, I have a lot of views. What are the odds of that? And it has a graph of like how many views you got compared to your normal. The normal is like this kind of gray bar here. And then watch time, I would kind of compare the two. These are kind of the main two things that you care about for YouTube videos. And you can see that it also gave me 20 subscribers. That's pretty good. And $5 worth of revenue. I'll go into how that works later. Moving over to the analytics page now, we have kind of the big things that we got in the last 28 days. You can see that I have had 116,000 views, 8.4 thousand watch time, and 700 subscribers in the past month. You can see that I also have an $369 made at the end of the month. That's not the true story, really, and I'll get into why later. But for views, if we go to see more, it brings up this fun little thing, and you can sort it out depending on what videos you see. So this is over the past 28 days. The most viewed video is the Ultimate Create Mod XP Farm with 23,000. Something really interesting that at least I see, and maybe this is some advice for people who maybe want to get into YouTube and are starting out. I'm kind of still starting out, but I mean, I have 250 videos now, so maybe not super starting out, is that, at least from my experience, tutorials do really well. In my experience though, they get you a lot of views, not many subscribers. I've seen, at least in the Create Mod sphere, Let's Plays get you more subscribers because people are like, oh, I like this content, let's watch it. They're also hard to get views for. So if you get 10 views on a Let's Play, you might get 1 subscriber. But if you get 20,000 views on a tutorial video or something like that, then you might get 10 subscribers. And even though the percentage is worse, you get more like exposure to the outside world. Impressions are the other thing. This is basically just like, how many times does your video show up on the homepage? It's pretty useful. I don't know how or what the algorithm does to affect these types of things, like what gets you more impressions. And then your impression click-through rate is the number over here, which is basically how many views do you get per the impressions that you get. So my average over the past month is 6.3%. When I was starting out, it was probably 3%. This is pretty good. If we go to lifetime, I bet that number is way lower. Not way lower, actually. It's 5.2%, but still not a ton compared to 6.3%. I mean, an additional percent is really good in basically everything. But you can see here, talking about views, the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos are about tutorials, and they're all kind of what you would expect probably as a tutorial. I mean, XP farm, great. Diamond farm, great. Netherite mining machine, iron farm, and then things you need in your Create Mod world. Everyone kind of needs those. So it's filling gaps that either don't exist or maybe you can improve on it in some way. If we sort by watch time, we kind of see the same story. It's basically whatever you get the most views on. And that is the case for videos. If you post videos that are always the same length, you'll usually get that outcome. But if we go to the last 90 days, let's say, where I posted a couple of more videos, like this one, I think this one's 30 minutes long, and it has the 3rd most watch time, and nearly as many views as the other ones, which just kind of goes to show that tutorials get you a lot of views, but people click off after the schematic walkthrough and stuff if you do that, and they don't really stick around for the block by block tutorial because they probably don't need that. The next one is spending 100 days in the create mod. This is like the most generic thing ever. If we go to a year, you'll probably see that this one is even higher up. No, it's actually not, but it still has a ton of watch time for the amount of views it has. Everything else is in like mid to high 5 figures, and this one has 5,000 views and 2,000 watch time hours, which is really good for your channel because YouTube wants you people to watch stuff. Another couple of interesting things I want to look at that I actually haven't seen is traffic sources. With posting stuff to like createmod.com where you can post schematics and things, I get quite a few of my traffic sources from external features here. You can see that 17,000 views probably came from people clicking on the createmod website, or maybe my Discord where I post a new video there, and then they navigate to it that way. You can see it still has quite a bit of watch time, but much less percentage wise than the ones where it comes from a YouTube search or when you're searching it up from the browser itself. But what's interesting is that it's lower or higher than the suggested videos, which means they probably are like still seeking out, let's say, an iron farm, when the suggested videos are like, oh, let me look at an iron farm. Nope, it's lame. Okay, goodbye. Moving over to geography, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Most of my viewers are US and UK. And then following up with Germany. Germany's pretty big. They're big on create mod stuff and like factory type things. I guess that's not surprising to anyone in the world. And then Canada and Brazil. It's kind of interesting that Germany beats Canada by about double. That's kind of crazy. And then going over to who's subscribed versus not. 92% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed, but as you can see, they provide less watch time than those that are subscribed. That kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're subscribed to me, you're probably going to watch the video at least more than if you're not subscribed. And that also fits with the average view duration being 7 minutes for subscribers and 4 minutes for not subscribers. But the main thing is that if you're not subscribed, and you're part of this big watch time, and like your average view duration is like 25 minutes, subscribe, you might as well. The other interesting thing I'm looking at is subscription source. A lot of them are from the YouTube watch page, which I think is like, if you just go to a YouTube video and click subscribe under the person's name, that's how that works. And this is in the past month, I've lost 55 subscribers. I don't like you people that didn't subscribe, or unsubscribed, I guess. But 700 subscribers in the past 28 days is ludicrous for me, and that is mostly because of, if we go to subscribers and see more, yeah, so you can see that we are kind of stagnant around, what, 10, 15 subscribers per day across all of the videos, except for the Create Mod brand new series one that came out very recently, where we have skyrocketed pretty much. And I think the main takeaway from this is not that like, oh, you might get lucky and get a bunch of views. I think, and while it like takes a little bit of luck to get your things noticed and stuff, it also just takes work. If you were to go viral, then maybe it just that's luck. But growing a community that cares about your content, that likes you as a person or whatever, is going to take effort. I've posted 2 videos a week for almost a year, if not a full year. And with 4,000 subs, that's not too bad. I think I've made a bunch of good content, and I've definitely made a bunch of bad content. If you go back to my first ever Create Mod video, it's bad. Don't watch it. But you can, but it's bad. And this is the first new series. A new series is good because, well, one, the first video isn't the worst thing that you've ever seen. You haven't cringed out of your face. But also in SMP, when you're collaborating with other YouTubers, their audience goes to you, your audience goes to them, and people like whatever creator that they like more and can subscribe to them. What I want to see though are the spikes and differences over 90 days. You can see, so this one way at the end here is the Create Mod video. This is the only video that's gotten me a ton of subscribers each day on its lonesome. And then the other kind of main spike is the video doesn't end until I make the best quarry in the Create Mod. This is probably the best contraption that I've ever made, the quarry. So I'm very glad that this has happened. But the fact that the Ultimate Create Mod XP farm, which is the one in green, this one, only gets me about max 6 subscribers a day since October. But overall, it's given me 150 subscribers just because it is a consistently watched video that people need to view. Like they kind of just need to see it. And those types of things are really helpful as well. Now to get on to my lifetime analytics. You can see, so I made my channel February 13th, 2018. This is just when I made a YouTube channel. I didn't ever post videos on it or anything like that. And for pretty much ever, I didn't really post any videos. And that is until, let me scroll there. What is that? January 4th, I got 3 subscribers. I think because I posted a YouTube short, which back in the time period here, if we actually go to views during this time, oh, whoa, I hit 700K views. Oh, that's another thing. You won't get this many views probably. I don't know how I have so many views and so little subscribers comparatively. I think it's because people like contraption tutorials but don't actually care about the series videos or whatever, so they'll like click on the video but then they'll never come back, and that's fair enough. I did that a million times. I will almost never subscribe to like a tutorial YouTube channel, but I think my strategy or theory is that if I see a tutorial YouTube channel and they have a series on the side, good for them. But if I see them coming up like 3 or 4 times and like I always go back to their videos and I'm aware of their voice and it's not like a jarring style, or I guess the quality is okay, I will be more receptive to then being like, oh, they made a new series. What is this? It's actually good. Let me subscribe. And I think that's kind of the hope that I'm going for. We'll see what happens. But anyway, starting January 4th or whatever, I posted a YouTube short, and back in this time, you could see that I got 1,000 views on that. That should not happen. But there was a little glitch that if you clicked like don't send to my subscribers, it will send it to more people. And they fixed that pretty much right at whatever dip. You could see the views are crazy high and then they immediately drop back down, and that's when they fixed it. But that is also the case with subscribers. So I got a bunch of subscribers for a little bit just because my videos were getting more views, and then it dropped down when they fixed the issue. And then you could see that slowly and surely I have increased this. If we go back to 90 days, it's probably better. What if we did 360? Because that'll be at least the proper graph. You could see that like some days I get 0, some days I get 15 or 32. Wow, because I made a good video just accidentally. But you could see like slowly and surely the subscribers have started going up, and we've started like bottoming out at 6 or 10 instead of 0. And having like even 6 subscribers a day is what, 6 times 30, 200 something a month, which is really good. I was sitting at 200 something a month until probably September, and then it started going up to 300-400 a month, and now we're at 700 a month magically. But yeah, I think that is mostly it for everything but the money side. I've been blurring out everything that I can money-wise, because I want you to stick to the end, or at least skip to this part in the video, because that's entertaining. So over the past 7 days, I have gotten more views, more watch time, and more subscribers than normal. That's because I released a new series and whatever, but I also made a bunch more money. I don't even know where this is coming from. But in the past 7 days, I have made $60. Is that worth it? On paper, you might be like, oh yeah, it has to be, right? You made $60 just by posting YouTube videos. And well, that's great. I appreciate it. It's not, I wouldn't consider it easy yet. If you're like a huge YouTuber making more money, yeah, sure. But let's say I've posted 2 videos this week. This first one was the brand new Create Mod series. This took, what, 3 hours probably to record with DoStream in a call. That was great. I had a bunch of fun. And then it probably took 7 hours to edit. So 10 hours to make this video. It probably took the automatic tunnel board probably 30 hours to build, to record, to do everything that I needed to do, to edit it and publish it. So 40 hours for $60. That is just over $1 an hour, which is great for me, because normally that is not the case. If we go to 28 days, you can see that I have made $205 one day. We'll get to that in a second, which is why we've made so much money this month. But normally you could see that I'm making $8 or $6 a day, give or take. And in this week, it has bumped up to $14 or $15 mostly. So I have made 8 videos this month. If I pull out a calculator and subtract this $205, because that doesn't super count, that means I actually made $184.23 over the 8 videos, which means I made $23 a video on average, if that's how it works. It isn't actually how it works, because like the XP farm is probably making more money than the Create and Shipment Industries or the Wither Skeleton farm, but let's just say that's how it works for now. I made $23 per video. That means if I worked anything more than like 3 hours on a video, which I have easily worked double on every single one of these, except maybe Bellatra, that one was easy. Pretty much double on every single one of these, I would be making minimum wage federally in the United States. Since though, put in double the amount of hours, I probably get $3 a video, or I make $3 an hour for each video that I make. That is lowballing it by a large margin. So what am I saying here? Am I complaining? Absolutely not. I'm doing this because I like doing it. What I'm actually saying is, if you're like, oh, I want to do YouTube because it will make me a lot of money. Maybe if you get viral, if you're like crazy charismatic. I am not. I don't know if you've talked to me, but YouTuber, not good at talking. It will take a lot of time before you start earning more than any job could pay you. It is easier than a job. Absolutely. Could I live off of this? No. I don't think I could live off of this if I 10 times my subscribers. Because again, this is kind of the wrong info. If I 10 times my subscribers and my revenue stayed proportional to it, I would be making $1,800 a month, which is really good for YouTube. I mean, it's 10 times what I'm doing right now, but that is rent where I live. So I still need to have a job. I still need to work full time. And that doesn't really put into the fact that, at least for now, and if you're a full-time YouTuber, full-time content creator, it's a lot easier because you don't have a real job. But I also have a real job, so I can't just like make more videos. I wish I could. That would be great. I can't hire an editor because I make $180 a month. No editor is ever gonna do that. That would be stupid. But this is basically just a PSA. Don't do YouTube for the money. You won't make money. It's so not worth it. Do it because it's fun. I started because I was like, do I really like my job? Yes. Am I worried about doing that for the next 60 years of my life or 40 years of my life? Yeah. So I started YouTube to do that. I wanted to make like funny moments videos. I'm not funny enough. So instead I started making Minecraft. I enjoy building stuff. It gives me a creative outlet. I don't have, like, my job isn't a creative thing. It's more like logistical and whatever. It's more STEM focused. So being able to have a creative outlet where I make things, I get to do art for a bit of extra money per month. I mean, $180 is good. That's like 2-3 like nights out, yummy dinners. But basically, don't do it for the money because you likely won't make a bunch of money unless you do it consistently and consistently and consistently, or you get lucky. Another thing I wanted to talk about and thank are, where do I go for this? Are my members. I'm gonna blur out your name. No, it's public, I think. I don't know if it's public. I'm gonna blur out your names anyway if they show up. But a little bit of money that I made in the last 31 days, I made $5 in the last month from memberships. I have 5 memberships. I think my membership tiers are $3, $5, and $10. I honestly don't know how to check. Whatever, that's why I'm a boomer. Oh wait, I can, yeah, $3, $5, and $10. And YouTube takes 30%, I think, of that. So whatever, $5 made from revenue. And it's not always US dollars. I think in different places, like $5 Australian dollars is the $5 membership. So converted to USD, it's $5. So people in Europe get owned. Your money is worth more than mine, so I actually get more from you, I think. I actually don't know how it works. Oh, we can see a cool thing with members is that you can see when I've made some money from videos. I don't exactly know how this works, so this hasn't updated. It still says 4 members. But these are the times that I get a membership. I think I might have gotten one from the Best Wither Skeleton Farm, or that this was from a previous thing. I don't actually know. But yeah, I think that's cool. I'm curious how much money I've made from members over the past year. I've made $37 from members from the past year. So thank you all so much for subscribing to the membership, if that's the right word. Joining the membership. Thank you for joining the membership. I do appreciate it. It helps me a lot. It's probably the best way to support me. I don't know if there's a better one. And it's $3. You get a bunch of extra content. Maybe not a bunch. You get like 3 really good videos and then some live stream VODs if you want to check those out. I do plan on getting more things in the future, but let's go over how much money I've made this year from YouTube. Boom. $1,250. That is kind of astonishing. And that's with 4,000 subs. But that's a little bit not true, because here, let's set this to 365. You can see that it's still $1,250, but until what, May 16th, which is when I made YouTube Partner, I wasn't getting any ad revenue. So we can kind of cut this down. If we do 90 days, I have made $822 in 90 days, which means I'll probably, if this was multiplied over the year, would have made $2,400. But that is including this big old spike, which YouTube did a promotion where if you posted 2 members of videos and 2 member posts, they would give you $200, which is a sizable amount of this income. So if we take that out, it's actually $600, which is still $1,800 over the year, which is really good. But that's with 300,000 views, which is a lot. That is what, half of my total views in the last 90 days, which is actually pretty good. But views don't directly equate to money. It's a combination of views and watch time. So obviously, if you have 100 videos that are each 10 minutes long and 1,000 people watch each one, you are going to get way less money than if you have the same amount of 2-hour-long videos and people watch each one. Because YouTube's like, ha ha ha, I can put mid-rolls in, mid-roll, 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 and then you get more money. And also YouTube Premium members, they give you more money per minute watched, I think is how it works. So if you have a YouTube Premium member watching 4 hours worth of content, it's better, basically is how it works. But yeah, I think that's it. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, so you know how all the YouTubers are like, oh, January stinks, I hate January. This is kind of true, but honestly not as true as I thought. Something that's interesting is you can see the amount of money that I've earned over the months in the past. August, $80, and then more and more and more. We are halfway through January as we speak, so we're probably gonna get around $200 this month, which is really good. But I've gained, I think, 700 subscribers since the middle of December, and probably like 1,200 since middle of November, which means I'm probably getting also a lot more views in January than I am either of these months. But you can see that we are going to make way more money in November, less money in December, but that's because of the $200 or whatever thing, and then less money in January. And that is because ad people want to give YouTube a bunch of money to sponsor products for Christmas. I think you all know that. That's how, like, everyone talks about that, but I thought that was interesting. Oh yeah, you can see here I made $200 with the membership bonus program. That's basically post 2 videos, do 2 things, yada yada yada. Shout out my members. I love you all so much. I really do appreciate it. And I think that's all. TLDR, don't do YouTube for the money. Do it for art. Do it for something else. Do it because you want to do it, because it is an insane time sink. I maybe eventually will do a day in the life of me, but it's basically if I'm not like doing anything specific that day, work and then record and edit until I go to bed, pretty much on repeat. If that sounds fun to you, maybe YouTube. Maybe it's fun. If you make it big, it's a lot easier, but you might not. So that'll be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit informative for you. And let me know what you think down in the comments. Should I be making more money? We could sue YouTube together and make me more money. That would be good. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for liking my content, subscribing, and joining the memberships. But that's going to be it from me today. I appreciate all of you so much, and I will see you all next time. Peace. I forgot the peace sign. I was going to do like a salute. Bye-bye. Toodaloo. Peace.